Alright, just want to make this little video. I'm meaning to make it since the 17th, but I kept on forgetting. So I'm doing it now. I'm still thinking about it. This is not my usual video. As you can see, you can actually see me now. You usually do. And it's because this is not a gaming video. It's not one of my normal videos at all. This is actually more of a tribute video, I guess you can call it. This is not usually what I do on YouTube. I don't usually do face-to-face like this at all. But I felt that it was right to give it a few days, not just because I forgot, but also because I want to naturally give it a few days anyway. I think 3 days is probably enough for me to do this. This is actually a video that's a tribute to, as everyone across the world already knows at this point. Unfortunately, J. Briscoe of the Briscoe brothers, real name Jamin Pugh, hope I got that right, passed away on the 17th. After that failed car accident we all know about. And I just kind of want to take some time to talk about what Jay and his brother Mark, together as a tag team, the Briscoe brothers, mainly Ring of Honor. Also, with Game Changer Wrestling, Impact Wrestling. If they've been anywhere else, I don't know about that. But yeah. Jay Briscoe. I was introduced to this tag team for the very first time in early 2017. When I say early, I think probably, I would say between January 20th and February 3rd. When I was starting to lose interest in professional wrestling in early 2017. I was talking to a friend of mine that day, and he told me about this team, these two wrestlers, Jay and Mark Briscoe. Like, who are the Briscoes? He said, look them up on YouTube. I recommend any of their tag team matches, early matches against Kevin Steen, better known as Kevin Owens in the WWE at this point, and El Generico, of course, Sami Zayn. Or any of their stuff against FTR, Catch Wheeler, and Dax Harwood. So, I looked up one of their matches against Owens and Zayn, near the end of Owens and Zayn's stay in Ring of Honor. I saw these two wild, crazy men, but extremely talented. Like, extremely. I remember watching Jay and Mark wrestling Kevin and Sammy. Like, good grief. Because they had the wild look and everything, but looks can be deceiving when you haven't seen people wrestle before, I won't lie. I just wasn't sure what to expect from the Briscoes. I already know what to expect from Owens and Zayn, but not from the Briscoe brothers. And then the two teams had excellent matches, and then all of a sudden I saw Mark lift up, I don't remember if it was Sammy or Kevin, up like that. I thought, wait, is this a doomsday device? And then Jay from top rope like, yep. And boom, doomsday device, 1, 2, 3. That was it. I don't recall correctly if it was for the Ring of Honor World Tag Titles, or if it was just a regular tag team match. I can't remember at this point. But when I saw the Briscoe brothers wrestle for my first time seeing them, I'm like, how the heck did these guys fly around on my radar for so long? And then I started watching more Briscoe stuff, whether it was them as a tag team or in singles matches. Which, as everyone knows, also the famous fight on the farm which was Jay versus Mark. They did beat the crap out of each other. That was a crazy match between the two brothers. But yeah, it's crazy when you think about literally one of the two men that helped you get back into professional wrestling is gone from the world. I remember when I found out, I think it was during the afternoon of the 18th, I fully found out that he had died, because I wasn't too sure of the 17th thing, because at first, I was like Simon Miller, as you know, of what culture wrestling. I didn't want to believe it at first. And I thought it both. I went back and forth between not wanting to believe it and maybe someone just made this up. And then it comes along where you realize, yeah, it did happen. Unfortunately, it really happened. And definitely a legend of the wrestling business. And I sadly never got the chance to meet Jay in person. In fact, the only wrestlers I have ever met are Sheamus and Booker T. So, and I'll say exactly what I said in my Facebook post about his passing. There will never be a second Jay Briscoe. Definitely not. He and his brother Mark are definitely, each one are one of a kind. And the Briscoes are a one of a kind tag team. It probably helps that they're brothers, but I've never seen a team with with so much full-on chemistry, and they just feed off each other during their whole match, scripted or no. When you think about it, it's really, really sad. It really is. And I don't care what anyone says, no one can imagine what Mark and the family are going through right now. Especially Jay's wife and 2 daughters. And I'm hoping we'll make it out of the hospital fully okay. His 2 daughters. I just feel for the whole Pugh family, man. And just really, really sad. But yeah, thanks to Jay and his brother, I got back into wrestling. And that's something you can't take for granted, especially since unfortunately he's gone. And for 3 days now, I've seen all these huge amounts of tributes to not only kind of wrestler, but kind of man he was. I mean, like Tony Khan, so many listeners said, an amazing father, husband, brother, son, and friend to many. And with all the lives of his fans, he changed just by doing what he did. And doing what he loved, wrestling. For him, I think it was more the fans than anything that he loved performing. Besides, of course, time with his brother. Who knows how much time with his brother? But willingly taking that much time away from his family and daughters, just perform for each and every one of us. Make sure we enjoyed the show. I mean, you could tell Jay was a down-to-earth, kind, loving man, and it's a dang shame, it really is. But yeah, I don't know if I really have much else to say. Thank you, Jamin, for everything you did for us in the wrestling business. I know you're me whooping tail up in heaven and everything, and you'll have so many stories to tell each and every one of us once we reunite with you again, Jay. Thank you. And that's all I got.